First question from Jenny G, the high ticket queen. I know you know Jenny G, the high ticket queen. Um, she said, and I want to keep this brief because I want to stay online, but she said she wants to know where you went in Africa.
I was in Cape Town, South Africa. That's where I stayed. And then I traveled throughout South Africa and Lesotho. I think that's how you say it.
And the second question from Justin Yip, my fellow member of the Justin and Brad show. He said, when people, actually, let me read this. What is one thing about branding that a lot of people get wrong when they first start a business?
Oof, their why, or what makes them unique, but really, what is your why? It's not the color palettes like everyone thinks.
Could you expand on that a little bit more?
Yeah, sure. So with branding, it's a lot of people, they find their niche or whatever, and they're just like, I'm a web designer, right? Well, we'll go with the creative space. I'm a web designer, right? Okay, you can build websites, but for one, who are you working with and why are you working with them? What's the impact that you want to bring? So a lot of people, they just see like what they can do. They don't say why they're doing it. So you're a web designer. Okay, you bring things to life. Why are you doing that? That's it. And as a personal brand, it's like, we'll use you as an example. If you didn't have your why, I don't think that anybody would be following you. You travel, you're open-minded, like you are your brand. You're building your personal brand. The attractive part of your brand is the lifestyle that comes with it. What's your why? You want to help people achieve that lifestyle, that long-term sustainability. So.
Yeah, and that's spot on. And I think this is a good segue point. And yeah, keep the questions coming, guys. If you have, Justin said, raise the roof. People still do that. That's funny.
Old soul.
Raise the roof. But yeah, if you guys have any questions, keep them coming because we are open to questions for sure. But I think this is a good segue to talk about, I guess you call it a partnership that we have developed where you are going to be coming into the Freedom Framework course and teaching a portion of the framework course that I'm really excited about. I know my community, my mastermind community has been wanting something like this inside of our course and inside of our program. So last Friday, we came to an agreement that you would be putting a large section of your content into our course. So could you speak a little bit more about what you'll be working on here over the next couple of weeks and what you'll be bringing to the framework program, which I'm super excited about. I know my community is super excited about as well.
Yeah, so basically it's going to be a segment on personal branding and copywriting. So first thing, personal branding is basically your digital portfolio online. It's your reputation that you bring to life. And it should be authentic, in my personal opinion. If it is a personal brand, you should be real and you. And that's basically just what I'm going to be talking about, is showing up authentically on camera through your words. And copywriting is basically consistency from videos, social media, to your email and your landing page, your value video, whatever you're providing. So in your course, I know that you have that huge funnel from social media straight through email and follow up and everything. We're going to talk about the whole copywriting of how to develop your brand voice. Who are you as a person, and how can you be a valuable asset, and how can you bring it to the table to relate to your customers and clients that you want to reach, and how can you make it consistent from start to finish? That's the copywriting section. But first you have to know who you are, which is your personal brand. And that's what I'm going to be developing in that segment of the course for you.
So when we talk about defining that personal brand, I think, the biggest thing that I get, live feedback that I get from people who I talk to is, I don't know my niche. What is my niche? I'm trying to figure out my niche. And what I tell them, and you may think differently on this, but what I tell them is the niche actually isn't that important when you're getting started. Now, I think we view things from a different angle, right? I view things from a system side. You view things from a branding side. What I always say is build your system first, get some market feedback, and the market will really tell you what exactly that niche is and what exactly your brand is. Do you have a different view, or could you add any different type of value to the question? I'm having trouble figuring out what my niche is.
No, I think that the way that you approach it is absolutely correct. So I don't think you should start niche, but I think you should know which direction you're going. So it's basically like if you have a target and you're throwing at the target, as long as you hit the board, you don't need to hit the bullseye. It's going to morph and change over time. Even myself, like I went from like testing the market to being like, I want to help people with their personal brands that are in the affiliate marketing space, that are in the online space, like web design creatives, because you don't know until you test it, number one. But you have to know which direction you're going. So start gaining traction, start seeing where your followers are, but make sure you're starting in a direction that you see yourself expanding in. And then you expand and then you niche down.
Yeah, for sure. And we got a couple questions piling in. We'll hit them in a second. But I wanted to add to that too. Like for me in my entrepreneurial path, like I know where I'm going. I know kind of my guiding light, but my program and my course and my target market is changing and evolving, right? So it's like even where whatever semblance of success that I've had, I'm still trying to define exactly, who my target market is, what that niche is. So for anyone who's just getting started, it's like just start acting and see what the market says, see who resonates with you. Someone who resonates with me might not resonate with you, although we are very similar, but as far as a mindset perspective, but it's more about continuing to act and finding that as you go. Because if you go into something and you say, I am going to do specialized yoga exercises only for women between the ages of 25 and 30, it's like, well, now you've just absolutely pigeonholed yourself into this one thing. And what if you go after that target and you realize the market's not there, or you realize actually these aren't the people I wanted to work with in the first place. I wanted to work with 50-year-old men and I didn't even realize it. And it's not even about yoga. It's more about, mental health, like these types of things. So I think it's really important to be very open about defining your niche, because it will end up changing over time. And this, going back to affiliate marketing, and really my course is really not so much of an affiliate marketing course as it is at this point, more of just a digital business course. But people always struggle with finding that one product as an affiliate. And as an affiliate marketer, there is no perfect product for you, right? It doesn't exist. The only perfect product that you will find is the product that you create. So don't spend so much time thinking and wasting time and energy trying to find the perfect thing. Just act, see what the market says, and then adjust. And it's all part of kind of defining that niche.